Hi everybody, it's Gail from Gail's Bookish Things, and this will be my, I think, last little segment on the St. Louis Pen Show. So I just wanted to offer a couple quick words of advice, and if you're going to a pen show and you have access to printing out the floor plan of the show and the vendors, I found that to be very helpful this year. I highlighted different ones I particularly wanted to go see, got their table number, what the name of their booth was, and also had printed off the table number and the company. So that was sort of a guide, and it helped me find what I wanted, and it helped me keep track of the things I hadn't yet seen that I had hoped to. So do that, wear your comfortable shoes. There's no need to wear cute shoes when you're walking around on a venue floor that underneath is probably cement and it's gonna do a number on your back. So I wore my comfortable shoes and it was great. Also, bring water, stay hydrated, and just have a bag or tote that is not cumbersome to carry. So those are my tips. Let me show you what I got from the Travelers booth. First of all, they were handing these out with orders, or I think you could just take one as well. And these are fun little newsletters. They just have a nice, relaxing, reflective feel to them that makes you just want to slow down, journal, live in the moment, and have fun going on whatever adventures your life holds for you. Sometimes maybe that's just a little simple time at a park or making yourself cozy somewhere and journaling, but just encouraging reflective thinking and living in the moment. I read this one of the evenings after I got back to my room and really had fun with that. So then here's the goodies. So a couple little business cards, which of course would make cute journaling ephemera. And then I couldn't resist, just set these off to the side, getting this little coffee mug charm. They had the coffee bean, the airplane, I don't know. They had cute bear pins. I think they had one that was a little traveler's notebook. But I liked this. This just is the most me. Oh, they had the camera, kind of the old-fashioned camera. I really liked that one too, but I just wanted to buy one, but it says Travelers on there, and it's, I don't know what it's made of, but it looks like pewter, so I will add that to one of my journals. And then I bought this. They had every insert you could possibly think of. This is the blank MD paper refill for a short trip, 32 pages. So I'm going to take this on our trip to Idaho in a little over a week when we go to visit my son and his family, and I thought I would just make it a self-contained thing, have everything in my olive traveler's notebook, and just keep that trip commemorated in its own book like I did when we went to Italy. And then the other thing I was so thrilled to find was this colored craft paper. I know they have the traditional craft paper inserts, which would be comparable to this cover. But I noticed this yellow one. They had a turquoise, I think you'd call it turquoise or aqua. They had a salmon, peachy pinky color, and I want to say, and black. So I could have bought them all, but I limited my purchase for myself to this one. I have not opened it yet, so let's take a look. I mean, it's just going to be plain, but I thought this would also be really nice for adding a scrapbook to a journal. It's it's rough. It's like craft paper, so it may not be the best for fountain pen use, but it would be great with a gel pen or any kind of ink pen. But I love that golden yellow. It's looking a little brighter through my phone than it is in person. It's a very subdued golden yellow. And just because I liked the design. I like the whole idea of this traveler's town, which is sort of a imaginary place. It has all the elements of places you would want to go to, and like the Traveler's Diner was one of the featured themes where you could get the Traveler's Notebook and all the added things, stickers, ephemera bits, and so forth in that theme. The one they had at on sale at the show was a Tokyo Traveler's Notebook with all the extra goodies, and that one was nice, but it just wasn't me. I would like to go to Tokyo, but I have no plans to, and so I like something that's more like my life. This makes me think of kind of good old Midwestern life or something, but I relate to this a little bit more. But the Tokyo ones are pretty. They had charms for that, which were a koi fish and a flower. I don't know. They had these wooden charms, too, that you could add to your elastics. But I thought that just this little folder would be handy to use in my books. So I'm not exactly sure. It says clear folder. I didn't open it. I thought it was more of a book. Not a book, but like a folder that you could insert in your notebook around the elastic. So I'll have to think about how I want to use that, but I'm sure I will find a way. And so moving on, I was going to show you the homemade book I got. This little book was one of many that were handmade by a woman named Phoebe at Palimpsest table, and she had like books and homemade jewelry according to the printout. I don't remember seeing the jewelry, but I did see the books. There were little tiny ones and larger ones, and I thought this size might be really nice for a commonplace book, or a book for quotes. I haven't decided exactly, but I did test the paper with one of my pens and ink, which she offered. She had a test book, and I liked it a lot. I used my Opus 88 Coloro with Tex-Mex in it, and I love that pen, and I really liked how it felt on this paper. It's very smooth. I don't know what weight it is, but it feels something in the middle range. So she constructs these books. Of course, I picked one with orange. This is maybe a little brighter than my comfort level orange, but I think it's beautiful, and it kind of reminds me of my new, let me get it out. It's right here. Maybe. This book. They kind of look like they could go together. Not that they have to, but that's what it makes me think of. And I like this handmade paper. I didn't get to ask her about this. I didn't think of it at the time, but I imagine she made that too. And her table kind of had a fun vintage flair to it. There was an old leather autograph book and doodads. It just kind of have a, I don't want to say steampunk feel, but kind of just that industrial, older, quaint travel antique vintage look, and it was fun, and she was very friendly and helpful, and that is something you might want to look into if you want a homemade book. If I do more, or when I do more journaling, I will share that book with you and how I'm liking the paper. She gave a free little handmade, well, made by her, but a little sticker where you put your name on there. I forgot what those are called, but Phoebe did that. I liked that cute old-fashioned-ish owl. And so then lastly, in addition to the various stickers and pens you pick up, business cards and so forth, these are fun to stick in journals. I went to a journal social, and there's some more cards and things. They had it was a place where you could go and journal, and they also had and talk to people. One lady was super excited to find her people, as she kept saying, like, this is like YouTube in a room, she said. So she was really cute, very enthusiastic. I went and met, her name was Hannah from Hannah Made It on Instagram, but she was there hosting this event, and so you could see other people's journals, you could journal, and she had a de-stash area where you were welcome to take things. I looked at a few inks and pen cases, and I decided not to take the inks because they were so similar to something I already had. But I did pick this up, and I did donate some items too for somebody else to take. But this is from, I don't know, Hinoki, but it's paper, I forgot the name, I need to look at it, Notebook Therapy. And this is corduroy, if you can't tell, kind of the creamy zipper. And look at that. I didn't feel like I really needed it, but I really wanted it. It reminds me of my new Euroliku pen case on a grander level. But I mean, I was super excited to see it. And my friend Kathy at Scribe Samples said, if you're not sure, go ahead and get it, and you can always share it with somebody. I love this inside interior canvas so nicely. It's got the seam binding edges. This little pocket, as you can see, I kind of played around with it the other day. It opens quite widely, and I think this would just be good for carrying more journaling supplies. And I was kind of experimenting with how I might do that, and I'm just not sure. But I do like that I could put some stamps in here, like ink pad stamps, washi tape cards. There's this pocket, there's this to hold things in, there's this pocket. It could be good for a variety of things, and I will just have to experiment with it. I did think that maybe it would be a fun thing to get out in the fall because of the corduroy. Just makes me think more of the cooler weather months, and maybe just have a little more of a cozy vibe going on there. It had come in this. So that was super fun and very generous of her, whoever donated that. And then they were giving away samples at the pen show of the Pen World magazine. I picked this one up. This is April 2024, so it was the most current issue they had. And I was just paging through it a little while ago and noticed that there was an article on the St. Louis Social Experiment, all about the St. Louis Pen Show. And it says here that it's dedicated to spreading the power of the written word. And I like that because I think there is just something wonderful about the written word, writing things, experiencing that tactile experience of pen and paper. And interestingly, I had heard at this show as well from a cursive writing expert that when we write things, we remember them more than when we put them on a computer screen. So this has pictures in it from last year's pen show because I remember Lemur Ink's location being right there. And I kind of was glancing at the crowds to see if I was in one of these pictures. But sadly, no. I am not immortalized in this magazine, but it was kind of fun. So this is something that may be of interest to you too, to subscribe to this magazine. I was thinking it may just help me understand pens a little more. Oh, the glare is bad here, but look at, there's the custom 823. That's the pen I purchased last year. Looks like they have a schedule here of the various pen shows. So I don't know anything about subscription cost on this. Just knew they were giving them away, and I was very curious to look into this magazine. So I thought that was nice that we could have a trial sample issue to look at. I think I have hit it all. There's lots of places to eat there that are right by the hotel venue. If you think you might want to come next year, don't worry about the accessibility of food. And if you sign up for the pen show and book your lodging at the Westport Sheraton through the pen show link, you get a group rate on your room and you get breakfast included each morning. And it was a nice breakfast. There were eggs, there were muffins, there was Starbucks coffee, there was fruit, there were crispy fried potatoes, sausage one day, bacon another day. So it was a really, I felt like a very good deal. And the rooms are super handy to the vendor's floor. So think about coming next year. And if you do, let me know. I would love to meet up with you and say hello and connect over our love for pens. Thank you for watching and helping me reminisce through this really fun weekend. Well, see you again soon. Take care.